Good afternoon to you, Toby. Glad you have enough power to be able to Skype in today. What is in this guide?
Well, we've looked at all of the things that you would need to survive load shedding. I mean, we did this as something in December. It turns out it's very accurate now. The first thing you should get yourself is a load shedding app, and there's a great one called Eskom Push, and there's another one called Load Shedding Notifier. I've been using Eskom Push. Love the name. Totally want to say what they really want to say. And it's pretty good at giving you notifications when there's data. Of course, you should check the City Power website. That's the first thing. And then charge up all your devices. If you have a laptop, charge it up. Get battery boosters. That'll keep your phones and your other devices charged up. Get an inverter. An inverter is just a fancy name for a big battery. In many cases, it's a big deep cycle battery that's in a nice case with a bit of software that'll run it for you. You can buy those for about 6,500 Rand. Generators are a good thing. We put one in our home about 2 years ago, so we fire that up whenever you need it. Of course, if you're going to use a generator, then you need to configure your house to use low energy LEDs. You need to turn off things like geysers and fridges and that kind of thing. Get yourself some entertainment. The new Kindle Paperwhite, for instance, will work in the dark. It's got a side-lit screen. Many apps will allow you to download the movie content, Netflix and Showmax specifically, as well as DSTV Now. You can save stuff to your phone, so if you have load shedding, you can either read your book or watch a little bit of entertainment. You also really want to look at making sure that your fridge, when you close your fridge, keep your fridge closed for the entire time that load shedding is on, because the fridge is insulated. It'll keep whatever's in there cold. If you open the door, however, it will not work. So, if you know load shedding's coming, take the stuff out that you're going to need. Terrible as it tastes, have, long life milk available. But more than anything else, just plan your house in such a way, Zania was saying on 702 just moments ago that she can't get into her house because her garage doesn't work. Well, most garages, certainly new garages, will open with a battery. So you have batteries on your garages, your gates, that kind of thing. Shouldn't lock you out of your house. And a bunch of LED lights, always fantastic. I was in Discount for Men, as my wife and I called Builder's Warehouse, and there were a string of people in front of me this morning illuminating LED lamps, big lamps that you have light. You can get a good inverter that you can plug your television and your DSTV decoder and a couple of other things into, so that you've got entertainment for a few hours. And think about one of those brilliant cook in a bag pots, those pots that are really brilliant, those bags. You cook the pot and then you put it in a bag and you leave it all day, so that at the very least you have electricity. Buy a little gas stove. Go to Cape Union Mart. They make these brilliant camping stoves with these clever little GAZ solutions. So it's all contained. You can at least make a cup of tea, and you can cook something to eat if you need to.
Toby, you're Skyping from your car. I don't imagine that this would be the time to get an electric-powered one.
In fact, this is the year I'm getting an electric car. I'm looking very seriously at the BMW.
Where on earth will you charge it?
Well, we're going to go solar. My parents-in-law have just gone solar on their house. We're looking at it. There are quite a few solutions. I'm going to be writing about it in the near future. An electric car is a brilliant thing. One of the great things about electric cars is that people are starting to think, well, you've got this full battery at night. Why don't you use the car battery to power your house for the first few hours when you're awake, and then use the rest of the night when you're asleep, from midnight to 6 a.m. to charge the car back up. Your car battery actually is a huge battery. So probably about May, when BMW brings out the new i3, that's the model I'm really looking at, and that's the future. Electricity is the future. I listened to the Charlie from Cosatu and the intransigence of Cosatu. No jobs must be lost, but the rest of the country can be in a blackout. But God forbid Cosatu lost a few jobs. this is the kind of thinking we don't need. The kind of thinking we do need is how to solve these problems, which is solar. We have a nuclear reactor up in the sky. We have 300 days of solar power, of sunlight in Africa every year. That kind of solar power is just fantastic, and we could be using that to power our homes. I think it's a huge missed opportunity. Solar solutions, not necessarily your whole house, but just enough to kind of run the basic stuff, to charge up the inverter, to have battery boosters so that you can watch some of the basic things.